Hello, TI family. Edwin Jones from Indianapolis, Indiana. And this is part one of proof of official misconduct. I have reams of government documentation proving official misconduct by police, prosecutors, judges, lawyers, and elected officials, just to name a few. The parts will be short so that you will not become fatigued by watching one video too long. Watch a little and then digest it. Each part will have a specific point to make. And I urge each and every one of you to gather your own information and put it on YouTube also. From this point on, the term they will no longer be anonymous. They will have names. They will be identified by names as family member or government officials. I want the male TIs to pay close attention to my videos, but the law will apply equally to all, and I will be quoting the law as it pertains to your rights. I want men to pay close attention to the fraudulent paperwork known as discovery that is used for evidence to unconstitutionally convict innocent men. And I'm talking about all men, regardless of color. There's a war going on against men. Pay close attention. During Bill Cosby's rape trial, all I heard was how can 50 women be lying? And I will prove to you in written form that 50, 150, 1,050 can all be lying on you, and they can all be lying on you depending on the strength of the powers that you have offended. In my case, blacks are equally as guilty as whites in my targeting in this matter. In fact, without black people's assistance, this conspiracy would have fallen flat on its face. Blacks who were involved made a choice to pick which side they were on, and they chose the state side. I will prove that Kanye is correct. We choose to be in slavery, and I'll show documentation that proves that the system is crooked from the State House to the White House and from the state court to the Supreme Court. I will take you through the entire discovery process and quote Indiana and federal law as it relates to your constitutional rights of due process. Afterwards, I will show documentation from the highest level of government that show a deliberate effort to deny my right of civil redress. I will show by a totality of circumstances that there was a deliberate effort to deny my access to the media and to any attorney who could assist me. Now, in 1990, if you've seen my first video, 26 years of this targeted individual being gang stalked, a groupie attempted to rob and kill me. I fought her off and tossed her out. She, covering her backside, claimed rape. The following is the standard operating procedure for police. What started out as a consensual sexual encounter wound up being a conspiracy of epic proportions, which is why I keep it in my pants nowadays. And gentlemen, you should too. Now, the police, prosecutor, and judge involved all helped Katie, the so-called victim who had been over my house before, perjure herself. And how? Discovery papers. The affidavit for probable cause, the victim statement, witness statements, search warrants, forensic papers, returns on items that were taken from my house were all fake documents. None were in affidavit form. Some were, and some were not signed, and but all of them were inherently unbelievable. The only signatures on any paperwork in this discovery process were by the prosecutor and a detective. Now, no one else dared sign their names on papers that show a total lack of due process and collusion between the judge and prosecutor to deny that due process. There was no social media at the time in 1990, so they had no problems giving me my discovery papers, thinking that they would never see the light of day because they would deny me access to the media and to any lawyer who could help, like I previously mentioned. I will show that the initial participants not only included the officials, but family and friends. Now, this program on me started at age 40. I'm 67 now. My time is about over. I hope you get better results. Now, this ends part one. And to my knowledge, only Edward Snowden has produced so many damning and damaging government documents and released them to the public. So get ready. I'm going to be dumping a lot of official documentation, a lot of useful information. Part two will show actual documentation of state's discovery, starting with the affidavit for probable cause and the police, prosecutors, judges, and lawyers involved. I hope that by seeing the next part, you will become more familiar with your constitutional rights and how to protect yourself from being railroaded. You will hopefully be able to recognize when your 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th, and 14th Amendment constitutional rights are being violated, and be able to recognize the corresponding sections in the Indiana Bill of Rights or any other state's Bill of Rights or constitutions, which is practically the same as federal law. So stay tuned. Part two is coming very soon. Thank you, TI family, and have a safe day.